and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider, the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Lee Taylor Walker. And Coach, a busy time, busy week, and a big week for your program. And we'll talk about it more in detail toward the end of the show. But to go ahead and start off, you have your tournament coming up, your invitational coming up at the Racket Club this weekend.
Yeah, we've got some great teams coming in. Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Vanderbilt, Tulsa, and it's strong. You know, last year we had a couple teams in around the same time and fared well and actually won the tournament. So we're hoping to repeat that. But every one of these teams is strong and could all finish, you know, in the top 20 in the country this year. So we're really thankful they're coming in and always glad to host things at the club.
Coach, you're coming off USTA, ITA, Ohio Valley, the regional back in October. Overall, were you happy with the results there? Yeah,
you know, we had some mixed results. I mean, our goals, like I said at the beginning of the year, were to go to some of these top tournaments and win them. And, you know, we had people in position to do that, which is a good thing. We lost in the semifinals of the doubles and the quarterfinals of the singles. So being in position to win, positive side of it, not actually winning it, whereas I guess the negative. But we learned a lot from there and been learning a lot about our team and our three freshmen. You know, we had one of our freshmen, Lisa, win the back draw, which is, you know, a huge accomplishment. That's a big tournament, and she came all the way through and ended up winning the back draw there. So finished on a high note with her, and I think overall got a lot of confidence from that tournament. Our toughest competition at that tournament is Tennessee and Vanderbilt, kind of always has been, and kind of made it all the way down to there. I'd say we were probably the third best team in the tournament out of 25 teams as far as the results go from that one specific tournament. So Tennessee and Vanderbilt had a strong showing, and that's why we're glad Vanderbilt's coming back in this weekend, try to get a little revenge on them. So they took the best of us there.
Well, Lisa had a pretty good USTA, ITA, not only that back draw championship, she also, in the doubles with Skylar, I believe, made it to the consolation, I believe, quarters, so they were able to
Yeah, they did well. You know, our doubles, we've been improving in the doubles every week. From the beginning of the year, it was apparent that we didn't really have the doubles strategy down, and so we've made it a point to focus on that every single day, and it's gotten better. Yeah, it's gotten a lot better. Alyssa and Tiffany made it to the quarterfinals of the main draw, actually the semifinals of the main draw, and then we had Stephanie and Kelly get to the back draw semifinals. And so everybody's getting better. I don't think anybody's pointing out as a weak link, and we don't, you know, without Courtney and Stephanie playing singles this fall, you know, we don't know what to think without having them either. It's really provided an opportunity for everybody to step up, and everybody has for the most part.
Well, when you're putting together doubles teams, trying to find the right combination, obviously talent plays a huge part in any kind of athletic event, but is it more chemistry or just more experience playing with each other?
A lot of it's the last two you said. A lot of it's chemistry, you know, how they communicate well on the court together, and then experience, just getting that match play count up enough so they kind of know how each other responds to certain situations. But you definitely have to mesh certain personalities together, and then they just have to play a lot together to get used to it.
Next weekend, you're going to be at the Dick Vitale Invitational down in Sarasota, Florida. A little bit warmer weather. Get down there and check that. I'm sure that's going to be very competitive.
That's a fun tournament. We went to that last year for the first time. We actually got invited because the team pulled out last minute, took the team. We ended up having 3 semifinalists and 2 play each other in the championship, and it was the best tournament by far. Dick Vitale, you know, huge fan of college basketball, obviously, but he's actually a big college tennis fan, and he hosts a great tournament, has all the players out to his house, and presents the awards at the finals, and great tournament at Lakewood Ranch. But yeah, we'll have some tough competition there. Notre Dame, Oklahoma State, Tennessee, and several other players.
And we've talked about these types of invitationals and tournaments you've been in. These are ones you're getting invitations to now. As you built this program over the last 4, 5, 6 years since we've been doing the shows, trying to get into these tournaments, now you're an invitee.
Right, it's great. So when we went down there last year and made a good showing, it just helped us. Now we're going to get invited back every year, and I'd say we're at a point now where we're getting into all the big tournaments. And as we try to build for the spring, you know, what we've challenged each player on the team is, like, we have to look back on the fall when we're in the middle of the spring and say, okay, you did it then. Like you beat that team there, you beat that caliber of player in the fall, and that's why you can have the confidence, and that's why we can have the confidence to do that as a team collectively now. And so, we're just kind of trying to get those wins at each of these tournaments so that when we do get to, January, February, March, our schedule is going to be tough and we're going to have these ranked teams. We need to look back objectively, not just, our own opinion, saying like, oh, I think we're good enough. Like we need to actually be able to look back and circle those wins that we've already had to say, okay, we did it there, we can do it again. And it's happening, so.
Well, let's go back to our original subject here this weekend, the Invitational out at the Racquet Club. You've talked about the caliber of the field here at the Racquet Club. Tell us about how much work goes into putting this thing on.
Well, these type tournaments aren't as much as maybe something like Paul hosted last weekend, the regional championships. He had 25 teams come in, which is, quite a nightmare to come into one facility. This week, we really try to make it like a dual match format. We don't run a dual match format, but we try to make it look like that as much as possible to get the players used to how it'll feel in the spring. And so really it's just coordinating with the Racquet Club. I mean, when you have a facility like the club, it makes everything much easier.
Right.
So, our team's going to be competing Friday at 10 a.m. in singles, and then Friday night at 6:30 and 7:30 in doubles. The singles draws will be just wide open draws. Will they be playing anybody and everybody? But the doubles will actually be, Memphis versus Ole Miss, or Memphis versus Oklahoma, or Vanderbilt versus Tulsa. They'll be paired off and be looking like a team match. So we're ready for them to come in, just practicing, getting rested up for it, and then with the hotel's right next door, so it's easy to accommodate college teams at the Racquet Club, which is why you'll probably see us increase the number of tournaments we host every year. And that's something the club's wanting to do, that's something we're wanting to do. It's a great home court advantage. The membership and the juniors get really involved. I credit the girls on the team and the guys on the team for getting involved there and helping out and being good examples. But you're going to have 5 teams competing this weekend at the club, and they'll, all top 25 caliber programs. So should be a lot of fun.
I ought to have a good turnout as well. As you mentioned, that's been the home facility now for a few years of the Racquet Club, and you mentioned the juniors being out there and just the regular membership of the Racquet Club. You guys are very visible out there now, and as you have these tournaments on a fairly consistent basis, now they know Memphis is playing and Memphis is going to be here. Let's go out and check them out.
Yeah, no, we should have a good crowd. The outdoor facilities continuing to get upgrades to make it more fan-friendly, but to be honest, the indoor facility is one of the best in the country to be viewed at. So everything at night will be indoors, and that's when we'll have food and drink available for everybody coming, and we'll have a fun atmosphere for sure.
And you started off at 10 a.m. on Friday, is that what you said?
10 a.m. will be outdoor singles, and then Friday night at 6:30 will be indoors for some doubles action.
All right, well, Coach, best of luck, and I'm sure it'll be a great tournament.
Thanks a lot.
That is Lee Taylor Walker. I'm Jeff Brightwell. This is the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.